Welcome to Mr. Moon Has Left the Building with me and Addy. Today we are going to discuss, is West Ham an attractive club for an investor to invest in? Don't actually know. It's funny, I haven't given this any thought whatsoever. Neither's Addy. We've just literally decided to do this right now. Obviously, we've seen Tottenham this week basically say they're not for sale with an investor that's rumoured at $4.5 billion. West Ham, is it an attractive club for an investor? Now, I think there's a caveat there, is what league will we be playing in, I think would make a difference. What price are we quoting? Is it stupid? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, like you've just said, you have to take those things into consideration because ultimately, as much as I'd love to say West Ham are attractive, I mean, you look at the fan base, we've got a huge fan base. We've got amazing fans who are, in terms of size, their passion for the club and their loyalty for the club. So they're gonna turn up for the club. And the fact that we're in London is also very attractive.
You would think, yeah.
But apart from that, we've got no ground. The training ground's second rate. The playing first team, not all that. We're on the verge of relegation at the minute. There's not a lot going for us. Like in terms of maybe commercially as well, I doubt we're bringing in millions and millions commercially. So you have to really say that it can't be that attractive. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I do agree. I do agree. And obviously, it's hard for me to really know because I'm not smart enough to know what we're valued at and things like that. Like, we hear 850 million, a billion. Are we worth that? I don't know. And I don't know, obviously you have to look at assets, which we don't have. So the asset is we're in the Premier League. That is it. Do I think West Ham are a sleeping giant that could be unlocked? Yes, I do. Because of them things you said. We're from London. I read something, a really detailed piece before, where we're from East London. We're the only team in the top league from East London, which we also have we have the biggest catchment area because we also have Essex, which we take a big part of as well. So there's locally, we've got a big number of support for a team that's never done anything, really. So I think there's potential. I think there's potential for commercialisation because we could really home in on that real London spirit a little bit, for commercial to America, Far East, etc. I think there's bits of that we could play on. Yeah, but as I say, the training ground needs a lot of investment from someone. That's the problem. Not only in playing staff, we need to make our ground a ground to make everyone happy, because that is clearly, if you ask the fans, that's probably number one thing that they would all say. The playing staff's clearly not good enough. It's a mishmash. People that work at the club from top to bottom doesn't exist. So commercial departments, the directors of footballs that all these other clubs have, scouting networks. Our youth is, if I had to hazard a guess, majorly underfunded, with scouts and coaching and everything like that. So there's a lot of problems to look at, and that's when probably I would think what we would like for the club probably doesn't mar with what the club's worth, because we would probably be looking at going, we're in the Premier League, we won a trophy the other week, and we've got a 65,000 stadium. But like with anything at West Ham, scratch the surface a little bit. Would you like us to be bought by Americans, Saudis, etc.?
It's a tough question. Ultimately, probably not. But then you just want success for your club, don't you? And it all depends on what their motives are and their ambitions for the club. You know, because like the way Liverpool's run, they're American owners, haven't they? But they've run their club so well over these past years, like financially. You know, the players they bring in, their academies and stuff like that. The club is run so well. So you know, if you've got a model like that, then you snap your hands off for something like that.
Newcastle as well, actually. I will say, actually, I think Newcastle as well look like they're a well-run club, don't they?
Yeah. No, yeah, definitely. So if you get
but then you look on the flip side, Manchester United, run by Americans, and that's terrible. Chelsea is we change week by week with Chelsea because none of us can actually see what the actual plan is. Is the plan for them to buy and sell players, use it just as a money spinner on that?
Yeah.
Or is it to actually go on and win stuff? That, I suppose, we won't know for a couple of years. But are Chelsea better run now than under Roman? The arguing point is that Chelsea have just won 2 trophies last year. So Club World Cup, okay, yeah, but they still won it. And Europa Conference, okay, they should have won it because they spent $1 billion. It will be the argument, but they did win 2 trophies.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. And got in the Champions League as well, didn't they? Chelsea. They're in the Champions League this year, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they? Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I think they are, yeah.
They are, yeah.
So that, yeah, I don't. I said this the other day, and I know West Ham fans are going to have a go at me. I quite like the thought of having British local owners. I do like the thought of that. And I do think our ownership is missing a huge trick by not structuring the club better. Because if you said to me, you're going to get new owners and they're going to put in the money, 7th amount of money in the league, you'd go, well, I'll take that. So our owners have done that, not wisely. So that's where I say I actually think there was such a way. That's what disappoints me a little bit of West Ham. There was such a way that they could have been the local heroes at our club if it was just structured better. I think that's all West Ham fans really wanted. And I think we would have been happy because they have spent money, but badly.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
I think the dream is any club being owned by fans, and you know essentially that's what they are. But yeah, you know they just haven't run the club in a way they should be run, and yeah, that for any investor, I mean that's probably why no one has come in to try and buy the club, because it doesn't look very attractive, does it?
Do you think our fan base also makes it less attractive? I just thought of that out of the top of my... Like the fact that they see our fans protesting. And sorry, if this is not a dig at our fan base at all. I just want that to be... But I'm playing devil's advocate here. Because I know people say, you don't want us to protest. And the... But then I suppose Newcastle did that, and then they got their ownership. Yeah. So that kind of counterbalanced my argument. But it was just something. Does that put people off? People seeing, well, they moan at everything. They hate the managers. They hate this. Yeah. But the West Ham fans, I know what we'll say is it's because we've never been given the structure we wanted, or the managers and things like that. So that's what I hate when the pundits go mad at West Ham all the time. They don't quite understand what we're ever asking for. No, it's not want billions spent.
No, of course not. And but I think the media is latching onto it now. There's been a lot of articles and reports more recently that are kind of understanding the fans' point of view and digging out the ownership a little bit. There've been quite a few articles where they've dug out the ownership recently, and it wasn't happening before. So I think it is justified from the fans. Well, I mean, it is justified from the fans. But I don't think that's a reason that would be a reason for any potential investor to.
No, apparently that they did show someone around the training ground the other day, which was put out there. I wonder if that was put out there as a bit of a smoke screen. I don't know.
I mean, you never know, do you? You don't know what's true and what isn't half the time.
No. But apparently the Qataris did look at us before other people did look at us, and they were put off by the price. So that is a worry. But let me know what you think below. Are West Ham attractive for an investor? And if so, why? And I want to see. Yeah, we've got a big stadium. Like we're West Ham. We're well supported. Will we be as well supported in the Championship? We think we will, but we don't. We get a lot of foreigners that come, tourists that come and watch us right now, who will probably not come in the Championship. So I wonder if what we think is, we're so well supported when we go down. Because years ago, when we went down, we did have a full stadium. I wonder if that will still be the case if we go down again. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think if we're top of the league and winning every week, then it will definitely be full because we love a weekend out, getting pissed up and winning games. But if we're not, then we won't. We just won't.
I agree. Let us know below, and we will see you all soon.